So these young people, when they want to protect their iman, their faith in Allah, and they don't want to be idol worshipper, as they were forced by the people in that place to become idol worshipper. But they wanted to die as a believer. They want to live as a believer and to die as a believer. So they left from people and they hide in a cave. Now of course if they go out the cave, they will be caught and they will be forced to become a disbeliever, or they will going to kill them. And Allah accepted their dua. So Allah made the plan for them, included these all young people. There was a dog on the gate, on the door of the cave. Allah put them sleep for 300 years. 300 solar years or 309 lunar years according to the moon calculation. So when they were sleeping, then Allah was make some system for them so they'll not be rotten, they'll not be destroyed their bodies. And they will also have a movement. Allah let angels to turn them on one side and other side, so they will not get the bad sores in their back. Then Allah make the way that the sun was not bringing the sunlight inside the cave. Every time the sun was going down or going up, it not bring any light inside the cave. So the cave has no heat whole day, so the cave was become like cold storage. So Allah make the body of these people, even they were sleeping, and Allah make them like cold storage. So they are not going to dehydrate. They can live longer even without nutrition. And that is the way Allah saved them from the people. And Allah said, if you will go there and you see that their bodies are moving and they are sleeping for a long period of time, and their dog is stretching their legs and sitting in the front of the cave, you will run away with the fear. And then that is the way Allah saved them from the people. After 300 years, they don't know, they thought maybe it's just a one day or one night. They wanted to send one of them with money to buy food, but halal food, the clean food, and with precaution that he will be not caught. And then he found out that they were sleeping for 300 years. And Allah said, وَازْدَادُوا تِسْعَةً 300 years, and Allah said, وَازْدَادُوا تِسْعَةً. The meaning of this, that if you count this according to the sun, the solar calendar, it is 300 years. And if you count them according to moon calendar, the rotation of the moon, then it is 309. And scientifically it is 100% accurate. That every 100 years equals to 103 lunar years. 100 years of solar year is accurately equal to 103 lunar year. And they live there 300 and then equal to 309 of lunar calendar. Another message here, after that the people were making some comments that they were how many and we can build a masjid on that place where they were sleeping, etc. And then it comes here, Prophet was asked some question by the Jewish Yahudi, and he said, I will tell you tomorrow. Then Allah did not send the revelation. And Allah warned it. وَلَا تَقُولَنَّ لِشَيْءٍ إِنِّي فَاعِلٌ هَذَا غَدًا ذَلِكَ غَدًا. And do not say that if I will do it this by tomorrow. إِلَّا يَشَاءَ Allah. If only Allah will, then I can do it. So we learn here, saying inshallah is obligation. We must say inshallah, that is the command of Allah. If you want to do something, we have no power to do, only by the will of Allah we can do. And the word of Allah will not change. And then another one is about the garden. A person who was greedy and bakhil, he want to go early in the morning in the garden to get all the fruits and not to share with the poor. And he was very arrogant, and he was telling to his companion that I have more children and I have more wealth. And if ever I go to the other life, then I'll be blessed. But he was not believing, he was in doubt. Then what Allah did, at the night Allah destroyed all his gardens. It burned and become black. And this person said, it was better I was not worshipping other than Allah. And he was saying that how you can disbelieve, before he was saying his companion, how you disbelieve in Allah who created you from the soil and from the nutfa, from the cell, and make you a male, a man. لَكِنَّهُ اللَّهُ رَبِّي وَلَا أُشْرِكْ بِرَبِّي هَذَا. Do not worship anyone with Allah. And وَلَوْلَا إِذَا دَخَلْتَ جَنَّتَكَ قُلْتَ مَا شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَا قُوَّةَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. And when you enter in your garden, why you did not say it is by the will of Allah and there is no power except Allah. Another thing we learn here, if something could happen, you must say, MashaAllah. Then Allah will be happy and to give you more. Say, Alhamdulillah, all praises and thanks to Allah who give me these blessings, who give us these blessings. So, MashaAllah is very important. If Allah did something good for you, say, MashaAllah. And more better to say, MashaAllah la quwwata illa billah. So that's another one lesson from the Surah Kahf, MashaAllah. Sometimes we bring children out and people look them and they say, oh, it's very good looking. We must say MashaAllah to protect them from the evil eye. Once we say MashaAllah, then the children will be protected from the evil eye. So MashaAllah is also very important. Because if you don't say MashaAllah, then Allah is very angry because Allah is the one giving this. So we should give credit to Allah. Then Allah mentioned about the life of the world is just like soil. The water comes and the bubbles, it's just like a bubble only. Al-malu al-banunu zinatul hayatid dunya. The wealth and the children is the beauty of this life of this world. What is remaining is the good deeds forever with your Lord. And then it's mentioned about Allah command the angels to bow down to Allah on the creation of Adam. Everyone is bowed down. Illa Iblis kana min al-jinni. Except Iblis, he was from the jinn. فَفَسَقَ عَنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّهِ. And he disobedient to the command of his Lord. Then he get the permission from Allah to misguide human beings. Allah granted him. And since then he is trying to bring us to hellfire and not to Jannah, not to paradise. And then there is a mention of Musa alayhi salam, that he went to a person, they said his name was Khizr, to learn knowledge. And he said to Musa, then don't tell me anything if I do anything, until I tell you myself. So they go in a boat, and that person, he started to destroy the boat. And the Prophet Musa said, why are you destroying the boat? He said, I told you, do not interrupt me and wait for my answer when I will give it to you. So Musa said, okay, sorry, go ahead. Then they go ahead, and then young boy, the young man, he killed him. And then Musa said, why are you killing an innocent person? He said, again, I told you, you cannot be patient with me. Then the Musa said, if next time I will do it like this, then don't stay with me. Then they entered to the city, and the people of the city, they did not ask food to them, to the traveler. And they saw the wall, and wall was falling down, orphan's wall, and their father was very religious. So this person, Khizr, he built the wall. Why? Because there was a treasure below there. Again, the Prophet Musa, when he saw that he is not getting any payment for this, even though the people of the town was not kind, cruel, they were not giving food to, asking food to them. So he said, why did not ask for the payment? But Prophet Musa don't know that this is the wall of the poor orphan, and the father who died was good person, and he hid the treasure. So now he is explaining that the boat I make destruction, it was for the poor people, and there is a king in the way of the sea who get all the good ship. So I make little damage, so the king will not get the ship from them with injustice. And the young man I killed, he is very bad to his parents, and he can destroy his parents. So it was too big to go and to get the better child for them, because this person is going to make life of the parents will be miserable because of evil attitude. So parents' disobedience is bigger sin than a person to be killed, and that he did it for the command of Allah. And then he said that wall was the father who died, and he left the treasure for the orphan children. If the people of the town will get this treasure, this orphan will be very miserable. So I did it for all this for the sake of Allah. And then there was a mention of Zulkarnain, a ruler who traveled all around the world, and it's mentioned about the Yajuj and Majuj, that he made the wall for them and then covered them. But that wall is broken, and the Yajuj Majuj are spreading the world, and their sign is there, destroying the water, destroying the earth, destroying the buildings and everything. And this happened in the World War I, and World War II. And they are also shooting the arrow in the sky to look for the aliens. That's mentioned in the Prophet Hadith. And the end of the surah, Allah said, surely those who believe and do good works, for them will be the Jannatul Firdaus. So Prophet says, whenever you ask for the paradise, ask for the paradise of Al-Firdaus, the high-ranking paradise. And there will be the party for them. خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا لَا يَبْغُونَ عَنْهَا عِوَلًا. They live therein and there will be no cut off the blessings there. قُلْ لَوْ كَانَ الْبَحْرُ مِدَادَ كَلِمَاتِ رَبِّي لَنَفِذَ الْبَحْرَ قَبْلَ أَنْ تَنْفَذَ كَلِمَاتُ رَبِّي وَلَوْ جِئْنَا بِمِثْلِهِ مَدَدًا. Say, if all the seas to become the ink and to write the words of Allah, the greatness of Allah, the glory for Allah, the praises of Allah, all the seas will finish, which you will make an ink. And other words Allah said, if all the trees become the pen and all the sea become the ink, and to write the words of Allah can never finish. How much more if only to write the stars? We need the billions of years only to write the stars. How much more the blessings of Allah. And those stars are millions of times. Each star is millions of times bigger than our earth. So this is a huge creation. Even the creation we cannot write down. How much more we can write the greatness of Allah. So all the seas become ink and all the trees become pen, will all finish, but cannot finish the greatness of Allah to write. Say, قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا بَشَرٌ مِثْلُكُمْ يُوحَىٰ إِلَيَّ. Say, surely I am a human being like you, but the revelation comes to me that our God, your God is only one God. Your God is only one God. إِلَهُكُمْ إِلَهُ وَاحِدٌ. فَمَنْ كَانُوا يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ رَبِّي فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. So whoever is believing that he is going to meet his Lord, then he should do the good works and do not make worship, do not make shirk with the worship with his Lord, anyone.
Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment.